Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question and I want you to get real with yourself. Have you ever ended the day feeling exhausted, like you've been busy all day, but deep down you know you got nothing important done? That's not a time issue, that's a focus issue, that's a neuroscience issue, that's a life design issue, and today, right now, I'm going to help you shift it, not with motivation, not with fluff, with science, back truth and real, life strategies that hyper-formers use to master their time. Fire Truth #1. Your brain is wired to waste time. Until you train it, here's what you need to understand. Your brain evolved for one thing, survival, not productivity, not fulfillment, not deep work. It's constantly scanning for threats and easy rewards. And in today's world, the enemy isn't a lion, it's Instagram, TikTok, endless tabs. Your brain is being hijacked by dopamine. Every like, every notification. It's a hit. You're not lazy. You're chemically distracted. But the good news, dopamine is trainable. Start rewarding focus. Set up your day so that deep work comes before you allow yourself digital junk food. Rewire the loop, reclaim your brain. Fire Truth #2. Time is not managed. It is controlled through decisions. Every moment of indecision is a leak in your time bucket. You think you're multitasking. You're just rapidly switching, burning brain fuel and losing clarity. Use the power of time blocking. Give your brain one mission at a time. The prefrontal cortex, your brain CEO, loves clarity. When you define your focus, your energy follows. No more to-do lists with 17 half-baked items. Choose your top 3 battles. Win those. Let the rest go. Fire Truth #3. Systems destroy procrastination. Not willpower. Willpower is a depleting resource. The most productive people in the world don't push through. They build systems that pull them forward. Structure your environment. Design your mornings for momentum. Use tools like the Pomodoro technique, habit stacking, and decision batching. This isn't about working more hours. It's about doing the right things with power. Fire Truth #4. Identity creates behavior. Here's the deepest level. You want to stop wasting time. Stop trying to do productive things. Start being a productive person. Identity is the core driver of habits. When you believe I'm the kind of person who honors time, your actions will naturally align. Say it with me now. I am focused. I am intentional. I live by design, not by distraction. That's not positive thinking. That's behavioral science. Identity drives consistency, and consistency builds results. Closing message, ladies and gentlemen, you don't get your time back. There's no refund, there's no rewind, but right now, today, you get to make a decision. To stop drifting, to stop reacting, to start taking full, unstoppable control of your time. Your future isn't built in the future. It's built in how you use your next hour. Own your brain, own your systems. Own your life, now go. Take your time back like your life depends on it, because it does. Your brain is not designed for productivity. It's designed for survival. That means it seeks comfort, predictability, and quick rewards. Productivity, that's an override. It has to be trained. We live in a world of infinite digital temptations, but our brain evolved in scarcity. So when we scroll social media, check emails every 15 seconds, or bounce from app to app, it's not because we're lazy. It's because we're chemically wired to chase novelty. Dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for motivation and pleasure, spikes when we encounter something new. That spike tells your brain, this is important. Pay attention. But here's the kicker. It doesn't care if the new thing is meaningful or not. So your brain reacts to a cat video the same way it would to a break, through opportunity. Dopamine doesn't know the difference. This is why training your mind is not optional. It's essential. Productivity is not a default state. It is a deliberate discipline. You must train your brain to focus the way an athlete trains for the Olympics. That means establishing rituals that align with your cognitive strengths. For example, your brain is most alert in the first few hours of the day. That's your prime time for high-impact work. Yet most people burn it on email or meaningless meetings. Science tells us that deep work, uninterrupted, focused time is where your best thinking happens, but it only lasts about 90 minutes before your brain needs rest. So why are you pushing through 3-hour meetings without a break? It's not just unproductive, it's neurological sabotage. Your environment either supports your focus or destroys it. You are not stronger than your surroundings, you are shaped by them. Behavioral science proves that 95% of our daily actions are subconscious, driven by cues, routines, and feedback loops. If your phone is within reach, your brain registers its presence. Even if you don't pick it up, part of your cognitive load is already drained. That's why successful people don't just rely on discipline. They design environments that eliminate temptation, remove distractions, create focus zones, make it harder to waste time and easier to win. You don't lack time, you leak it. Every decision, every tab, every click has a cost. The cost is cognitive fatigue, and that fatigue compounds. When you start your day with 17 small decisions, what to wear, what to check first, which task to start, you burn out your decision-making muscle before you even get to the important stuff. That's why high performers simplify their morning. They create routines that conserve willpower. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day, not because he lacked style, but because he understood decision fatigue. Your time isn't just stolen by distractions, it's drained by indecision. Get clear, cut the noise, decide once and automate the rest. Time is not managed, it is mastered. Time management implies control over something external, but the truth is, time flows with or without you. What you control is your attention, your energy, and your actions. Mastering time means mastering what you say yes to, and more importantly, what you say no to. The science of behavior change tells us that saying no is a skill rooted in clarity. If you don't know what matters most, everything will seem urgent. You'll react instead of respond. You'll default to the path of least resistance. But when you get crystal clear on your outcomes, you stop asking, what do I feel like doing? And you start asking, what will move the needle? That one shift, feelings vs focus, will change your entire relationship with time. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. That truth, popularized by James Clear, is more than a quote. It's a neuroscience principle. Habits are neural shortcuts. Once a behavior is repeated enough times, it becomes automatic. That frees up mental bandwidth for higher level thinking, but most people try to use motivation instead of systems. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. Systems are stable, systems are scalable. Want to write a book? Don't wait for inspiration. Create a writing ritual. Want to get in shape? Don't rely on willpower. Build a morning workout system. Every system you build is a form of pre-deciding. It removes friction. It makes the right behavior the easy behavior. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Most people waste time because they haven't clearly defined what winning looks like. If your goal is vague, be productive, get more done, stay focused, then your actions will be vague. The brain needs specificity. Instead of I'll work on my business today, decide I'll finish outlining the marketing funnel by 11 a.m. Vague intentions lead to vague outcomes. But specific, time-bound goals activate the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive center. That's where strategy, planning, and decision-making happen. When the brain knows what it's aiming for, it works like a GPS. But if you don't set the destination, you drift. And drifting is the fastest way to waste time. Distraction isn't just about external noise, it's about internal conflict. When you're not aligned with your values, your work feels meaningless. And when it feels meaningless, your brain seeks escape. That's why purpose isn't just motivational fluff, it's neurological fuel. Viktor Frankl said, when a man has a why, he can bear almost any how. Neuroscience backs it up. Purpose activates the brain's reward circuitry. It floods your system with dopamine and oxytocin chemicals that drive engagement and perseverance. If you're constantly checking out, numbing out, or procrastinating, check in with your purpose. Remind yourself why the work matters, not someday, today. Multitasking is not a skill, it's a liability. The brain cannot truly focus on more than one complex task at a time. When you multitask, your brain toggles between tasks rapidly, draining your cognitive resources and increasing error rates. Researchers call this switching cost, and it's not cheap. Every time you switch, you lose time, focus, and momentum. What feels like productivity is actually busy work in disguise. Single tasking, on the other hand, is a performance enhancer. It creates flow, the peak state of human performance. In flow, time slows down, distractions fade, and output skyrockets. That's not magic, it's science. Want to stop wasting time? Learn to do one thing at a time with full presence. Your identity shapes your habits, and your habits shape your destiny. If you see yourself as someone who's bad with time, you'll act accordingly, but identity is fluid. It's programmable. Every action you take reinforces or reshapes your identity. The moment you act like a focused, intentional person, even if it's for 5 minutes, you cast a vote for that version of yourself. Over time, those votes accumulate. That's how transformation happens. Not through willpower, but through repetition, through alignment, through identity-based change. Want to stop wasting time? Start acting like the kind of person who doesn't. The quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of your focus. In a distracted world, focus is a superpower, not because it's rare, but because it's earned. It's built in silence. It's built in choices. It's built in those small moments when you say no to the noise and yes to your mission. That's what separates the average from the elite, the reactive from the proactive, the drifters from the designers. Choose which one you want to be, then act like it every day, every hour, every moment. Because time is not something you spend. It's something you invest, and the return on that investment is your future.